Welcome back to day 2 of the Laser North Americans out of Sale NC in Maneto, North Carolina. I'm Ashley Love from T2P TV, and today is a completely different day. The southeasterly that was a beast yesterday has given way to a 8-knot northeasterly, and that could shake the leaderboard up quite a bit.
2 here on this side.
And speaking of the leaderboard, in the radials, the Marshall brothers have had a little rain going on here. Henry Marshall in first, William Marshall in second. For the full rigs, we have Christopher Barnard of the U.S. Sailing Team Sperry leading the way, and in the 4.7s, Henrik Luczynski.
We're starting with the Laser Radial Yellow Fleet again, and that red and white checkered flag is a mix between the I flag and the Z flag and the black flag. If you are over under a minute, you are out of this race. Scott Rasmussen of Lauderdale Yacht Club winning the boat. It's probably the safest place to start because that line sag has got to be about 12 boat lengths. To start in the middle is very risky, and everything really comes down to the start in big fleets like this. Very different from small fleets. In the Laser, the only way to keep it flat in this breeze is straight leg hiking. It's intense for the legs and the back, but these young whippersnappers, they can do it for hours. The radial rig joined the Olympics as the women's single-handed boat in 2008, and a lot of these girls have their sights in the Olympics. The guys who do will be moving up to the full rig when they're big enough. 15-degree left shift on the start. Boats that came out on port already have about a 30-boat length lead on this race. Henry Marshall, our winner coming into today, is leading this race. Right behind him, the rest of Yellow Fleet comes to their reaching mark to do their windward leeward loop. .207.233 leading the Blue Fleet. They are on the inner track, so these guys are going to turn directly downwind. Oh, he clipped the mark with his boom. Our leader did have to spin for that, but only lost one boat. Not too bad. We have a little bit of carnage on the way down. It's a little more hairy because your centerboard might slide out. She grabbed it at the last second, pulled it back out. Another boat over. Back over to the Yellow Fleet. Henry Marshall is still in full control of this race. He has won every single race, all 3 of them so far this series. And his brother, Jack Marshall, is not too far behind in second place, trying to wear him down. Scott Rasmussen in third, and our first girl, 20:44.68. Rasmussen is making a push for second. Henry Marshall's got this one in the bag, but 2, 3, 4, 5, very close. Henry Marshall got the gun with about a 2-minute lead over the rest of the fleet. Impressive. Jack Marshall was able to hold on to second. And in fourth place, our first woman to cross the finish line is from Canada, Brenda Boskell. Henry Marshall, another Marshall brother, is in the blue fleet and has found his way up into part of the yellow fleet. That must be some interesting talk at the dinner table. 3 brothers crushing it. That's William Marshall winning the blue fleet for race 4. Very close. Gonna have to pull out the measuring tape on that one. Patrick Shanahan crossed in second with Tim Quinn in third. We know that the Opti fleet in this country is very popular. If you want to still sail single-handed boats when you age out, the 4.7 is your entry boat into the laser class. It is 35% smaller than the full rig and perfect for those juniors in the weight range of about 110 to 120. For the 4.7s, there are only 8 of them, but they are fierce, and they are all starting very close together at the pin with this huge left-hand shift. Henry Luczynski is leading and second across the starting line. Christopher Chavreau, first to finish for the 4.7s. Sydney Monahan will be our first lady to cross and second overall. The full rigs, the biggest boats out here, have joined the party. That was the start of their 4th race as well. It's a general recall. Everyone's gonna have to come back to the line. Try again. This looks a little more familiar. The same line sag again happening for the full rig. And Cooper Whites is gonna win this pin from San Francisco Yacht Club. All clear. The breeze has gone a little bit to the right, so being this far low on the left is definitely a risk, but could be a good payoff. Over in the full rigs for their top mark, Christopher Barnard, who is leading this fleet overall, is leading the race as well. He's ranked 25th in the world and showing his true colors. James Beattie from Royal Canadian Yacht Club rounding in second, with Malcolm Lamphere rounding in third from Yale. He's a rising sophomore. Now begins the downwind fight. In a laser, there is something unique. You're able to put the boom out past 90 degrees. It's called sailing by the lee. It messes with their wind shadows. It's very confusing, but allows you to pass people on the downwind. A long starboard has told the fleet that the breeze is going a little bit left again, so they're going to round this close mark. Second is Lee Parkhill. He's in 4th overall, having a great race. Got a big cluster coming down to the leeward mark right now. Very risky to try. Ooh, close call there to try to tack right after this mark. Big parade coming down. Christopher Barnard is still well in command of this race. He rounded the last top mark 40 seconds ahead of second place, doing his S-curves downwind. Get everything you can out of every little ounce. These boats were designed to be simple. All of the boats are basically exactly the same, so to win by this big of a lead, Christopher Barnard, very impressive. Lee Parkhill will finish in second place. Rob Davis will finish in third.
Well, the northerly offered some shifty conditions out there for all the lasers. No surprise to see the same names at the top of the leaderboard. With 4 races on the books, the laser radials will be able to split into gold and silver divisions for the rest of the regatta. So we'll see you tomorrow for the third day of the Laser North Americans. I'm Ashley Love from T2P TV.